We're taking a look at Life Story 2, the 70s. So a little bit of backstory, if you didn't watch my previous video on this, is basically Chip Zdarsky telling the life of Spider-Man, which is really, it's an interesting concept. So how it works is the first issue was the 60s. It's going to go from the 60s to the 70s to the 80s to the 90s to the, I'm going to guess probably up until like 2010. It's going to go till he dies. Each decade is a decade in real time, and he ages up, and eventually he's just gonna become an old man, I'm guessing. So in this one, I'd say he's 30s. The next issue he'll be 40s, and then 50s, and then 60s, and then we'll see. I'm sure now it would be cool if they introduce his daughter Mayday Parker in here. I think there's some interesting things. So what it does is it absorbs the time. So there was a lot of stuff going on in the Vietnam War. It looks like it's still going on past the time it would have. I don't remember exactly when it ended, but it puts like Spider-Man into all of the stuff going on in those decades, and it gives you an interesting kind of turn on events. So in this one, Peter actually works with Reed Richards, who's not the Fantastic Four anymore. He's too old. Now he's just working on inventions. And the cool thing is Doc Ock works at the lab, had heart failure, decided he wanted to be better, and he actually ended up marrying Aunt May, so he's actually Uncle Otto. It's weird. There's fun little turns, like Osborn is in prison still. He convinces Harry to take the serum and become the Black Goblin, I think he calls himself. And what was really cool about this issue, so look at Spider-Man. He's got different variations, putting armor on him now. Also, Gwen works for Miles Warren, right? It's been a while since I've talked about the Jackal. Yeah, Professor Warren. And yeah, Miles Warren. Okay, I did get it right. Been a while since he's even been around. Even in the clone conspiracy, it was the messed up version of Ben Reilly. But anyway, so he's going to a disco to hang out with Harry Osborn, who becomes the Black Goblin. And what was really cool about this is we got the Harry and Spider-Man Peter Parker showdown. We got Clone Saga and Norman Osborn still around. So it's revealed that like Norman Osborn actually like had clones of Norman, Gwen, and Peter. So it was revealed that he actually took the real Gwen, put her in this tube, like in sedation, and that's the clone. And Peter and her were married. So Harry Osborn ends up killing all three of them. The only one that survives is Ben Reilly, who ends up hooking up with the Gwen clone. And at the end of the book, you see him with Mary Jane now, who was with Harry Osborn, who left him. He left her all of the money and stuff, and he like vanished because he felt so bad for what happened because he killed Gwen Stacy. So like at the end of the issue, like Peter Parker's like a broken man, saying like he feels responsible for the death of Flash Thompson, who died in Vietnam, and he has that guilt over him because it's like, well, what if I had went to Vietnam? I could have done something. It's really good. And I know I gave a lot of details out, but I didn't give you everything, and I still think it's worth picking up. This has been definitely one of the best books I've read in a long time, and I knew it was going to be good when I saw Zdarsky was on it. Bagley doing the art. That's old school Spider-Man artist. If you haven't picked up one or two, you should probably still be able to find it. I will hunt one down, and I would pick this one up. This one just came out. These are really good, and it's a really interesting concept to see him like age through real time. Like we never really seen something like this before, and I think it's really neat, especially them going back and using the life, like what was going on at the time. So I highly recommend this story. I'm not sure how many they're going to be. I would guess it'll go to 2010. That's my guess, 2010, and then he'll pass away. It's going to be interesting to see how this all works out. I just wish that they would have done this a little differently. I would have really liked them to stretch this out and make, one book for every year to really kind of build on this. But so far it's still working out well, just kind of picking up at points during the decade. I do wish it would have lasted a little bit longer because we're only going to get like 6 issues tops of this, which kind of sucks. But I would have really liked to have seen like 10 issues per decade and really kind of like went somewhere with this a little bit more. You wouldn't have to have done it with every decade, but I think some areas would have been better, a little bit more fleshed out. But so far, I'm still really enjoying it. I think this is a really interesting concept, and I hope they do it with other characters after this. Maybe flesh this out, put it in the same universe, and put like a Wolverine life story or something. I think that's really interesting stuff. So anyway, that's pretty much it. It's nice to see 1 or 2 good comics come out anymore. Leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking about this book. If you're reading it, like, subscribe, hit the notification bells, all that fun, wacky stuff. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.